behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you in just a couple moments. But before we get into that, there's that subscribe button and bell. Just click both of those and you'll be notified on any new episodes coming your way. And feel free to use the comment section. We love to hear from you there. And we'd love to hear from you on Facebook. That's facebook.com/PalmMashTV. And feel free to like the page, inbox us, comment on all the things you see there. And we have email as well, palmmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can contact us not just if you're a band or solo artist wanting to be on the show, but if you're simply a fan. We love fan mail as well, so send us a letter. We'd love to hear from you there. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, we have Kyley Styles with us today. Very talented artist, and I'm sure you're going to agree when you watch that song at the end of the interview. And we'll get to that interview in just a second, but first here's a quick word from Smile World TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Take a look at all of the types of shows we're seeking. Let us help you share your creativity. For more information, email us at smilepublishing007@gmail.com, or you can visit our website, swtvgetyourchannel.now.site.
Okay, everybody, it's interview time as promised, and with us from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, we have Kyley Styles. Thanks for joining us, Kyley.
Hey, thank you for having me, man.
Hey, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. Why don't you tell us a little story about how it all began for you as an artist? Because, everybody has their own story, and I'm sure you got a short story to tell. Excuse me.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I've always loved music since I was, 4, 5, 6 years old. I can remember listening to like cassette tapes on my ghetto blaster and just loving it, and really wanting to be part of the scene, as soon as I could. I was just a little kid. But I knew what I wanted to do my entire life, and that is play music professionally and sing for people and make them happy. So we followed the path. We've done all we can over my 35 years of life to really grow my skills as a musician and an artist and an entertainer. I guess we had a pretty big break back in 2007. I was part of a band. I used to be a drummer. And my band won $100,000 from a local radio competition, and we used it to really, put our foot in the industry a little bit. We recorded an album, we recorded a music video for about 10 grand, bought a bunch of new instruments and got some cool concerts going on. We got a song all across radio stations across Canada. So that was a nice little stepping stone to get me where I am today. When the band broke up, I decided to go solo and started hacking it out on my own. And here we are now. I've just released my third project. It's a brand new album called Creating My Colors. And we are continually growing our product and just making sure that we're always getting better.
Oh, okay. Well, that's quite a story there, Kyley. I'm glad you shared that with us. Who were some of the artists that you grew up with that helped motivate you to be the artist that you are today?
I mean, it's hard to really pinpoint one or two artists where you sort of get, where you get your inspiration from. But, as a child, as far as starting to play guitar, I always loved Creed. I think Creed is just amazing. Mark Tremonti on guitar and his riffs were really what made me want to pick up this guitar, drop it down to D, and see what kind of cool riffs I could make. So Creed was a really big influence for me growing up. I like a lot of cool Canadian acts like Matthew Good, Finger 11, Our Lady Peace. a lot of those guys. 90s sort of rock alternative is really where I think I get a lot of my inspiration from.
Okay, yeah, that Creed was a really good band, and I can see where you got your style from. Tell everybody where they can find you. I mean, especially to download your music. I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but if you got physical CDs, I mean, let us know that as well.
Sure, yeah. I do have some CDs coming. I'm going to be setting up an online store here real soon for CD and T-shirt bundles. We've got the works made here for this brand new album. I got some CDs, I got some T-shirts, and we're going to put it together as a nice little combo. And sell it. We're going to get the store up soon, but to keep in contact with me and find the details when those do arrive, you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Kyley Styles Music, Instagram.com/Kyley Styles, YouTube.com/Kyley Styles, and my own website as well, KyleyStyles.com. Just make sure you spell it right, K-Y-L-E-Y, styles.com.
Okay. Well, what about the streaming platforms? You got anything on all the streaming platforms? Or?
You bet, man. Yeah, the album just came out on the 14th, earlier last week. So we've got it on everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music. All you got to do is search for Kyley Styles or search for Creating My Colors, and you'll see it. This is the album cover right here above me. So we got a nice little banner made here. We're going on tour here at the end of the month, so we're really going to try to promote this album as best we can, and then make it our best effort yet.
Okay, well, everybody go to those streaming platforms Kyley mentioned. I know he'd really love you for that. And be sure to check out some of his new stuff from his new album, and I think that'll be there as well. And the song that we're going to be watching in just a moment is called Rise Up. Is there a story behind that?
There is. I last year, during some of the darkest times of the pandemic, you really have no choice but to find something greater inside yourself, to look for inspiration in places that you never knew that it could be. And last spring, and I don't know if you know about a Calgary, Alberta sunrise, but we have some of the most magnificent sunrises here in Western Canada. So I really started getting inspiration from the sun, from the beautiful sunrise and the picture in the sky that I was seeing every single day, just to really, help me through the tough times and let me know that it's not all darkness. The sun will always shine again. And even though some days are cloudy, that sun is always hiding behind there somewhere. And all you got to do is look for it and find it. So I started really finding happiness in things that I never thought I would find them before. I started reading a lot of books. I started working on my music 100% as much as I could, and really just enjoying the beauty of what the day can bring. So that's really the inspiration behind the song. And there's a really magical line in there that I think I'm going to hold on to for a very long time. It says, "Past the clouds, you'll always find the sun."
Okay, well, it is a great song. I heard it a couple of times, and I know everybody's dying to listen to it, so we'll get into that in just a moment. But Kyley, I think that's all the time we have for right now. We'd love to have you back a second time if you'd like to plug something new then.
Sounds good, man. I really appreciate your time. Guys, don't forget, Creating My Colors is out now. Check it out anywhere: Apple, Spotify, Amazon. And if you're listening here from Alberta as well, we're going on this crazy tour with 6 other bands. It's called the Rise Up Alberta Tour, happening from the 26th to the 30th. We're playing in Lethbridge, Red Deer, Canmore, Calgary, and Edmonton. So all the major cities in Alberta, we are going to hit them at the end of the month. 5 shows in 5 days. It's going to be a pretty crazy time.
Okay, well, if everybody is going to be in those areas between the 26th and the 30th, I think you said, go check them out. You won't be disappointed. So anyway, let's get right to the song Rise Up by Kyley Styles right here on Paul Mash TV. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Last year I started reading these leather binding books, find better words. You could say I'm still competing be up at 6 a.m. before the birds. How do you define succeeding? What hides behind the mind is what you heard. Is my confidence misleading? My reasoning may not be so absurd. Oh, I'm on a roll. This city saved my soul. My touch will turn to gold with simple self-control. Keep me out of this hole and rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. When times get tough, we must rise up. We must, we must. Oh, it might be hard to fathom. Past the clouds, you'll always find the sun. I'm not the only one that has these dreams of being free and on the run. Now my sick thoughts start to spasm and dissipate the hate that had begun. I could hide it with sarcasm, but could never recreate this piece with one. Oh, I'm on a roll. This city saved my soul. My touch will turn to gold with simple self-control. Keep me out of this hole and rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. When the tides get rough, we must rise up. We must, we must rise up.